Alrighty, is this thing on? Perfect. Alright everyone, this is Supreme Archangel. I have a few friends that wanted to request like a couple of videos on understanding Corporate Clash in a nutshell. So I will call this compilation Corporate Clash in a nutshell. The first thing we'll discuss is the tutorial. This is what this video is going to be about. Explaining what the hell is the tutorial all about. So let's get into it. So upon entering the menu, upon clicking click to enter Toontown, you're going to encounter this. You're not going to see a beaver. You're going to see all these Mecha-Toons. Obviously, it's going to be the same as TTR. Basically, what you can do, click any slot of any Mecha-Toon, and then you're going to make a tune. Now, you can click. There are multiple species. There are a lot more species than there is on TTR. There's about 20 species, actually, that you can choose from. There's new species, such as the turkey, the armadillo, the kiwi, the kangaroo, the koala, the raccoon, the bat, the fox. Alligator has been changed from crocodile to alligator, the beaver, and that's pretty much it for a new species. So for this instance, we're going to go with the raccoon, because raccoons are fiends. Anyways, so in this particular instance, for choosing your color, it is not just basic colors anymore. You can do basic colors, choose which ones, but if you want to enhance your toon color, you're going to go to color picker. Basically, it's this whole entire color wheel that you want to do. You can click blue, red, green, yellow. You can even mix and match with certain colors. You can make it golden, a golden raccoon. I know some people want that. You can make them orange. You can drag it down to enhance your color. We're gonna go with red because I like red. Same thing with choosing your clothes. You can choose any color of your shirt. Choose your shirt style. And then in this instance, you know, they have the shirts and skirts for any gender. We're gonna still go with red, and then we'll go from there. So here, basically same thing. Choose your name, and you can type a name or shuffle or do whatever. For us, we're just gonna do Bean Fiend because he's a fiend, because he's a raccoon. We're gonna submit it. You know, and then, you know, wait a few days, continue submission. For you to join in on your very first time, you're not going to have this instance. It will directly take you to the tutorial. So since we are a brand new toon, we're going to go straight to the tutorial, which is what this video is all about. It might take a while to load in. Alright, so you won't be able to move until the camera shifts to your direction. You're just going to listen to what he says. The default button, spacebar, obviously jump, yep. Now, the new mechanic with cameras is that you don't only have to use tab to change your angle. You can use your right click, you can hold your right click to shift around. This is what's called an orbital camera, in which this will directly change your angle from any instance. You can go on the top, you can make it like a top down, you can make it like a bottom up. I don't know why you would want to do a bottom up, but unless you want to do like specific angles for poses, or if you want to take a selfie, do whatever. You can have it all the way up to your nose, and then, you know, just keep going from there. You know, you can have it directly up front, and then you can always scroll back with your mouse wheel and then go forwards and backwards, exactly like that. So that is the orbital camera. Now, for sprinting, it is no longer like the Minecraft way where whatever TTR did and decided to double tap your up arrow for some reason. It's same thing with most games, shift to sprint. And you are hella fast sprinting here. So this is the base speed, just by walking. And then we'll go into sprinting later. Accidentally encounter it, but you're significantly faster. So you're gonna go past this dialogue, and then you're gonna go into the training room, in which it will explain everything about the battle mechanics. Basically, yep, if you get hit, you go sad. You go all the way back to 0, you're sad. Same thing. You can skip your dialogue. And then you're going to encounter this cog for the first time. You're not going to know who this guy is. A brand new cog that you see for the first time. It's no longer a flunky, it is a desk jockey, and you see he is not level 1, he is level 9. Key hint to oh, we can't do it yet, but I'll explain that hint later. Alright, so this is the battle interface. Let's go past this dialogue. So basically what he's saying is that each toon has a panel that includes their lap meter and what they're planning to do. What he means by what they're planning to do is this question mark that I'm hovering over with the mouse is the gag that you're going to pick. Now, in some battles, there's going to be a plain version and a prestige version of it. A regular version of a gag and a prestige version of the gag. We'll get into detail on that later, but this is the gag. This is what they have. You can see which gags that they have. You can also click into their button, and then you can also see which gags that they have, how much gags they have left, and which gag tracks they have. So you can go into that, and then you can't see it by the dialogue, but this is status effects. We'll go into that later. Cogs also have their own panels, and in this game, finally, they have numbers that signify how much health they have. They also have modifications as well, but we'll get into that later. They show us their health, their level, what they look like, and so on and so forth. Most importantly, you have your inventory. Yep, all the gag tracks. There is a new gag track called Zap, and we'll go into that into later detail in the video. We'll get to there. Each represents a gag track. We're gonna get this tutorial will explain which gag track does which, how each gag track operates, because all gag tracks in this game operates differently than it is on TTR. Each has a bonus effects on what each gag track does, and we'll go into that detail. First up, we're gonna use the squirt gag. We're gonna attack it. So upon squirting someone, you're gonna see squirted for soaked 3 rounds. What that means is they're soaked. To hover over what that means, you see how there's a dripping effect and it says like soaked and it says 2 left. So soaked means you can hover over their status effects. Basically, which debuffs that they have currently and which buffs that they have currently as well. So each cog in this game is going to have buffs and debuffs. So debuffs are what you're going to do against it, and buffs is what they have starting into the fight. Then there's also their modifications as well, in which specific type of cogs has modifications. This cog does not have any modifications, so we don't need to worry about that. But basically, back to this status effect, there's a lot of status effects that there are in the game. This is the soaked status effect, in which soaked cogs have minus 10% dodge chance and are vulnerable to zap gags. So, what it means by negative 10% dodge chance is meaning they have less chance to dodge, in which you have basically more accuracy, or they are less likely to miss. and are vulnerable to Zap Gags. So we'll explain Zap later in detail, and it gets removed either by when this goes down to 0, when this 2 goes down to 0, or if it automatically gets hit by a Zap Gag. So, yep, we took damage as well, also became soaked. Soaked is something that we call a status effect, in which you can see is slotted into that cog's panel, which just explains detail. Hovering over a status effect will give you a brief description of what it does. It's good to always be aware of the situation. So basically, yes, hover over it. You don't need to click on it or anything, just hover over it, and then you can keep your mouse there just to see what the status effect does. Just keep in mind of not taking too long, because you have a bunch of, you don't have much time. There are some fights where you don't have much time to look at the status effects. Most times you're going to have 45 to 60 seconds. Sometimes you're not even going to have the opportunity to have that much time. So understand your status effects before getting into the more advanced boss fights. So right now, this is... I basically just covered Soaked in general, but there are more status effects. One of the benefits of Soaked is that the cog is less likely to dodge or gags, as I explained. So this is a great time to use Drop. It is, you know how it is in TTR, where it is excruciatingly painful to train Drop. So using Squirt and using Drop is a very good combo. So yeah. As you know in TTR, if you are a high tune on TTR, some cogs have the benefits of, you know, doing anything. They can call in their cogs, you know how it is. So now we're about to get into the Zap combo, the Zap Gag track, the brand new Zap Gag. So yeah, we deal combo damage. These 3 gag tracks deal combo damage. They use an ability to summon another cog. Basically, what I explained is that some cogs have the ability to do whatever. Some people can summon cogs, some people can do other things. So this is just one of the abilities. We have ways of dealing with multiple cogs at once. So in TTR, you have the sound gag track that deals with multiple. Zap is also a good alternative to that. So Zap Gags can only affect soaked cogs, because if you use a Zap Gag on a unsoaked cog, it's going to miss. But the cool thing about Squirt is that Squirt can affect 3 cogs. So what he's going to do is he's going to soak the right, and then I'll show what Zap will do. What he explained before is that Zap will transfer its electricity to the next cog as well. So it has 2 forms of damage. It has the regular damage, on which upon zapping on the cog that you chose, it will deal that much damage. And then it has jump damage. So jump damage is basically the amount of damage that the other 2 cogs will take. It will be halved. So jump damage will be halved if you hit, if it goes through 3 cogs. It will not be halved if you are just hitting 2 cogs, if you're just zapping 2 cogs. So targets 1 to 3 cogs. If you are zapping 1 cog, it will not jump to another cog unless the next cog is soaked. If it is soaking 2 cogs, not only will the damage be 6 damage to the original person, it will deal 6 damage to the next person. Usually, Zap will transfer to the left, unless you are in a position where you will have where you have zapped the leftmost cog, it will transfer to the right. So I'll show you what Zap does now. Alright, so next up is going to be Lure. Notice how the cog is soaking more. Zap, try to call off all the cogs hits. So yeah, we explained the detail. It will be removed when we use the zap gag, or if it expires. When I soaked the cog next to the cog when I targeted, it dealt a little bit of splash damage. So the cool thing about zap, not only will you soak the cogs on the leftmost and the on the left and the right of the cog, it will deal splash damage. So basically, depending on your version of it, the base version of Squirt will deal 25% of its damage to the left and the right cog of the cog that you soaked. So that's what he's explaining. Anyways, we're gonna go into Lure. Lure works a little bit differently. So Lure, it works the same thing. You know, it has its rounds, you lure it, and then it deals damage. It has knockback damage as well. Knockback damage works differently in this game. So it is no longer 1.5 times the amount of damage that it deals normally. Whatever lure gag you used. It is now, the higher the gag, the higher the knockback damage. And Lure can be extremely powerful early game. Lure can be your best friend early game, mid game, and end game. So that is Lure in a nutshell. So yeah, knockback damage, as you know, each gag you deal that has knockback, besides sound, zap. Basically, if you use throw, squirt, or drop against a throw or squirt against a lured cog, it will deal knockback damage. Lured is a status effect. So yeah, lured cogs cannot attack or take 2 plus more damage from throw or squirt gag that is used. So that is the lured status effect. You can hover over that. Lured guarantees that squirt, throw, and sound gags will hit, obviously. Also, as it is in TTR, don't use your drop gag. So we're going to do that. Moves that Sheriff's Flashlight, see how it was knocked back by it and lose alert anymore. Throw squirt gags, deal bonus damage equal to the knockback value of the alert effect. Yep. Other sources of damage will unlure the cog, but will not gain knockback damage, so be careful. Yeah, so basically, if you use trap, zap, sound, or drop, it will not deal knockback damage. Don't use drop, obviously. In addition, drop kicks cannot hit lure cogs, obviously. Next track I want to use is trap. Go ahead and throw down a banana peel. We'll explain trap in detail later. Trap is heavy. It's still a heavy damage track in this game. But basically, there are multiple types of cogs in this game, and I'll explain it in great detail. You see that the trap hasn't done anything yet. Traps must be learned for traps from word. So trap works the same way as it is in TTR. So, cool thing about Toon-Up, it has multiple benefits. So, not only will you be able to heal the toon that you are selecting, it will also heal yourself as well. You will also get self-heal. Now, Toon-Up has 25% self-heal in this game at the base version. Depending on how high it is, the more you gain, obviously. Also, back to trap. It has a status effect. this cog is trapped by a banana peel. Lure gags are 20% more accurate against this cog. Once lured, they will take negative 12 damage. Basically, if you put a trap gag in front of a cog, it will automatically make lure gags 20% more accurate. You can obviously tell, so it's only lure that it makes it 20% more accurate, and that is okay. But, sorry, I'm going into circles. So, yeah, trap has a status effect as well. Back to tune-up. So not only does it also have self-heal, it has 100% accuracy. It will never miss. I say this again, it will never miss in this game. So that is a wonderful benefit to using tune-up. It will never miss. Also, not only will it do all those beautiful things, it will boost your accuracy. It will boost the tune's accuracy that you are healing. I think by 10%. So we're going to do that. So status effects can also be viewed by the sparkly thingy. So this is the cheer sparkle of status effect, where it will boost the accuracy. That status effect is now gone. That fall's gotten dazed and confused now. So now, if you have used a trap gag but they are still alive, they also get a negative 10% dodge chance. So, if they haven't died, they are dazed. They are less likely to dodge. And this will only affect one round. Traps deal lots of damage and also apply the daze effect. Similar to Soak, daze makes the cog less likely to dodge our attacks. Until then, I've had enough of these test jockeys. We're going to use the sound. So, sound also has benefits. It is not like TTR, at least at its current version, where it is nerfed. Actually, sound is still powerful as it is in this game. So yeah, sound not only has, it has, so sound is, okay, it also has its nerfs as well. It does have its cons. So, sound does not have combo damage. Sound does not have combo damage. However, upon using sound, you now gained an encore effect, in which all gags have an 8% effectiveness boost. Basically, what it means is the lure has more knockback damage, trap deals more damage, tune-up has more healing, throw deals more damage, squirt deals more damage, zap deals more damage, sound also gains more damage, but there is a drawback to it. Sound, if you use sound again after getting the encore effect, you will become winded. So winded status effect is a debuff to you, meaning that for the next 2 turns after you use that sound gag, your sound damage will be halved for the next 2 rounds. Basically, your damage will be down by 50%. So be careful sounding twice unless it is needed, and that's pretty much it. So the Death Jockey is a tough one. Using sound will give you an encore effect, which makes your next gag stronger. If you use sound when you have encore, you'll become winded, which makes your sound gags weaker for a few turns. Basically what I said. And that makes everything you need to know about fighting cogs. So basically we're at the end of the tutorial. I made this twice as long, just to explain everything in detail. I'll give you tune-up to get you back to full life. Choose a gag to finish the fight. I'm going to use a drop gag because it is very interesting on destroying a cog with the first 4 levels of a gag. So, I'll show you. Yeah, so if you use a drop gag on a cog, the one that drops on their head, and they die on that drop gag, they become decapitated. I know some people join this game just to do that alone, and quite honestly, it is hilarious. Because I've seen people do it sometimes, and like I said, it's hilarious. Well, yeah, I know some people will probably watch this and go, yeah, now I'm going to try it on some cogs now. Cool. I hope so. Alright, great job, Rookie. I think you're ready to take on the cogs. You now have a very tough decision to make. Which 2 gags will you start with? Once you decide to head back out to the classroom, Pete will still talk to you. I've got to get back to Toon HQ now, so you're Rookie. Alright, so basically, you no longer have to start out with Throw or Squirt. You can choose whatever the hell you want. You can be a support Toon and start with Toon Up and Lurk. You can be an ultimate damage person and start with Throw and Drop. Or you can be that kind of guy and use Squirt and Zap. I like being that guy because usually I start out with this. Or if you really want to use Squirt, if you really like to use Drop, you can use Squirt and Drop. Yeah, basically. Or if you just want to be like traditional, no problem, no shame. Throw and Squirt, you can start with whatever you want. So, yeah, we're going to start out with Throw and Squirt, keep it traditional. And basically, that is the end of the tutorial. I hope I explained everything in detail, didn't make anything confusing. But I will continue to make more videos on more mechanics and everything that we need to do. Oh, the tutorial's not over yet. We have to, we have the districts. The go home button, basically, Toontown. Clothing. So clothing, it works a little bit differently, but I will explain that in another video. We're gonna say do that. So yeah, oh, also, Toontown Corporate Clash has a leveling system. Basically, the leveling system works and you gain experience for a lot of encounters. So, you get to gain experience by completing Toon tasks, defeating cogs, defeating cog buildings, defeating cog bosses, defeating cog factories, and you getting certain achievements as well, which will be explained in a bunch of new videos. But that is how the leveling system works. And this is the end of the tutorial. I hope you understand things a little bit more better coming into the game. I hope I didn't make anything too confusing for you. If you have a lot more questions about the game, please reach out, type in the comments, and I will definitely make a video on that. So please let me know. He's gonna do Toontown Central in a nutshell. Toon headquarters, you already know. Gag shop. Trolley. Toon hall. Basically, that is the end of the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you on the next one. Have a good one.